What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Batman Part 2. So this is one of my most anticipated movies, even though I don't actually think it's ever going to see the light of the day. According to Production Weekly, Matt Reeves is no longer attached to it. And before you say Production Weekly is not reliable, they literally put the official Spider-Man 4 title months before it was officially revealed. So yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? We'll see here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. Could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know how freaking excited are you for the future of DC Studios. Now, if this is true, Matt Reeves is out. What the freaking hell are the heads of DC Studios thinking? The first Batman movie, is one of the most successful, financially viable, critically and audience acclaimed. It was a love. What the freaking hell is going on? Allegedly, there's loads of personal things behind the scenes with Matt Reeves. And if Matt Reeves is out now, someone else should take over. Sure, but if that's the case, then what was all this yappage about the script? Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. I also have a channel over there where I can post stuff, the set leaks for multiple different projects on there that I can't necessarily post on here. And also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right. So, they've always said they're trying to shoot the movie late 2025. As we know, Robert Pattinson's schedule is fully booked, and he's doing, allegedly could be in a Dune movie, and he's pretty much busy till the end of the year, but he could still shoot. As we know, pre-production generally starts 3 to 6 months, but according to this Production Weekly post, they're shooting March 2026. So pre-production would have to start September, October at the latest. But the weirdest thing is, doesn't include the director, Matt Reeves. And it looks pretty legit. It says the Batman Part 2 feature film. Pinewood Studios, Buckinghamshire. Status, March 2026. Location, London, UK. Producer, Dylan Clark. Jeff Johns being attached is the weirdest thing. And Matt Reeves is still attached to it. It says James Gunn, Pete Safran, writer, Matt Reeves. And then the rest of it is just hyperbole, you know, just slating some characters. Cast Robert Pattinson, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Andy Serkis, Jeff Wright, so on and so forth. And it has a little synopsis, which is interesting. 2 years of stalking the streets as Batman, striking fear into the hearts of criminals, has led Bruce Wayne deep into the shadows of Gotham City. With only a few trusted allies, Alfred, Pennywise, James Gordon, amongst the city's corrupt network of official, high-profile figures, the lone vigilante has established himself as the sole embodiment of vengeance amongst his fellow citizens when a killer targets Gotham's elite with a series of sadistic machinations. A trail of cryptic clues sends the world's greatest detective on an investigation into the underworld where he encounters such characters as Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, Calmo Falcon, Edward the Riddler, as the evidence begins to lead close to home and the scale of the perpetrator's plan becomes clear. Batman must forge new relationships, unmask the culprit, and bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption that has long plagued Gotham City. Release date, October the 1st, 2027. Now, sure, you could say the Production Weekly is absolutely capping here, but they do have a really good track record at the moment. They have been hit and miss for a long time, but the fact they called Spider-Man 4's title before any super-duper fake-ass scooper is interesting. The only thing that seems off to me with this whole Production Weekly post is Jeff Johns is attached to the project. Now, it's interesting because there's been lots of posts over the internet over the last year. Where is the movie? Why is it taking so long to write? Should not take 5 years. And people are saying, let Matt Reeves cook. Let Matt Reeves cook. And apparently he's got all these issues behind the scenes that it's not my place to say. I know what people are on about. I mean, though Grace Randolph did kind of put it out there in a roundabout way. I mean, yeah, they would still use his script. Has he walked away? Who knows? Who knows? And a lot of people say in the DCU Batman, the reason we haven't seen him is because of the Batman 2. But it's just a big mess, in my opinion. It really is a big mess. Now, I know DC Studios has huge plans with the Superman movie if that does well, but not really, because It's all right saying, yeah, these plans only happen if the Superman movie does well. You've already finished filming Supergirl, or you're just about to. You're shooting the Green Lantern's HBO Max series. You're greenlighting a bunch of other stuff. They're already talking about a Superman sequel. I know it almost seems like they want to backburn Batman for a while, and a lot of fans support this. But the Batman movie is and will always be loved because it's a really cool movie. It's a different take. But it's getting to the point now where even Robert Pattinson has joked about it in interviews that he's supposed to be playing a younger version of Batman. Now, Robert Pattinson in his real life is starting to get quite old. I know, not old in the sense of, he's not like, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., 50 years old when he started the role, but he's supposed to be playing a younger version. Getting to the point now where if they don't start shooting soon, he ain't going to be able to pull it off. They're going to have to de-age him. So is this true? I don't know. So this is posted from, I don't normally say where it's posted from because I think all people are on the same level. Jeff Snyder, who has a very hit and miss track record, 50-50. He's not the greatest like most people make out, but he's got somewhat of a track record. And yeah, he posted this Production Weekly post. But even if this Production Weekly post isn't bang on about Matt Reeves not being a director, they're shooting March next year. And don't get me wrong, a Batman movie would not take long in post-production. October the 1st, 2027. They would still have a long time in post-production. So is this true? I don't know. But what you're going to see now, you're going to see some of the... I don't really like to put myself in this fence, but I can see why people say this. If you have the Snyder bros who just want the Snyder cut, bring the Snyder... Don't get me wrong, lads. I would love to see Justice League Part 2 and 3, but it's not going to happen. And I want to see what James Gunn to do. But you'll get people saying the James Gunn fandom is out of control. No, it's not. Because obviously they're letting Matt Reeves cook. Is Matt Reeves out of the project? We don't know. But we've also got people like John Campion saying, yo, is the Batman 2 going to get cancelled? Oh, they're just going to fold it into DCU. A lot of people are questioning what the freaking hell is going on. And they've just cancelled the Sergeant Rock project over there at DC. It almost seems to me, and you're going to say, oh, you're a James Gunn hater. No, I'm not. It almost seems to me like James Gunn does not want these Elseworld projects because you could have had the Henry Cavill Elseworld Man of Steel 2 alongside the David Corset Superman movie. People are not stupid, right? We live in a world where multiverses happen on multiple altitude of things in TV shows, in anime, and in movies. I mean, everyone understands the multiverse of Marvel. So to have different actors playing different characters, having two Batmans, having two Superman, it wouldn't have been a problem. It seems to me they just don't want to have another Superman and two Batmans because they think the general audience is stupid and won't be able to understand it. And it's just bad report after bad report. But I really want Matt Reeves to come back and direct and write it. He's a really good director. He's a really strong writer, in my opinion. The Planet Apes is pretty damn badass. And Matt Reeves knows how to cook. And the first Batman movie he did, which I went to the UK premiere, it's so long ago, I forgot how long ago it is. I think 2021 now, we're in 2025, halfway through. Is Matt Reeves still attached? We don't know, but I'm not like other DC reporters. I report the good and the bad. I know people say, you only report the negative. No, I don't. I report the good and bad. It's just, you don't listen when I report the negative. You only listen when I report the positive. So I don't believe Matt Reeves is out, even though it says this. I believe they will start shooting early next year, but please hope Matt Reeves is back, as he should be. It's his trilogy. It's his project. And I really hope we do get Mr. Freeze in this project, because the teasers have kind of hinted that way. And I want to see how the Penguin TV show corresponds to the Batman 2, because apparently it kicks off just after the Penguin show, give or take a month or so. So likewise, guys, let us know. What do you think? But there's multiple articles saying, yo, Matt Reeves no longer attached. Sequel set for production 2026. With no Matt Reeves. And no director. In fact, there's no director attached to it. But Production Weekly can be wrong. But the only thing that's very skeptical about this is Jeff Johns is attached, which I do not believe. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.